We literally glorify sin on TV. They've already got the adults.
Now we're going after our kids.
When I was doing research on this topic, I was getting so grieved that I was in tears.
I'm kind of almost, it's like a mama bear mode almost.
You know, you have to know that any other type of relationship besides a marriage between a man and woman is wrong.
Homosexuality is a sin in God's eyes. Pedophilia, bestiality, it's all not God's plan.
As for homosexuality, if you don't believe me that it is a sin and it is wrong biblically and you're a Christian, for both of those, I'm like, you know, you should know that.
This show has literally witchcraft and
Bisexuality
and rebelliousness, and my thought is you can't battle demons without Jesus. So I have all the love for her as a person.
A few moments later.
You are putting rebellion in a show for kids and witchcraft and bisexuality. Do you know how evil that is?
And a lot of the kids are very rebellious. Rebellion is literally a form of witchcraft. Evil and gender dysphoria at such a young age? What? It's so evil, it's so twisted. You know, gender dysphoria is of the enemy. It truly is, you know? It's of the enemy.
Hello everyone, Crack here with the part 2 of my debunks on people attacking the Owl House because they are dumb. And this video probably doesn't have as many arguments as the last one. This video is more about me saying, yeah, you're kind of crazy, woman. And that being said, let's do it. Let's go into it. Also, my PS4 is as loud as a helicopter, so you're gonna hear it in the background. Even if I think I put background music, you will still hear it.
Honestly, when I was doing research on this topic, I was getting so grieved that I was in tears. And now I'm kind of at the point where I've been thinking about this and praying about this, that I'm kind of almost, it's like a mama bear mode almost. And I'm not a mom, you know. Yeah, I'm not a mom. I don't have any kids. But it's this righteous anger almost. I thought honestly I may cry for this video. I don't know. I may still, you don't know. I don't know. You never know.
Well, I believe you because you're kinda crazy. And I'm not saying that because of your religion. Actually, no, I'm saying it because of your religion. Because your insanity is kind of bound to your religion. Because if you look at her channel, you would see things like, I had a dream and Jesus is coming back. Or Jesus is coming back. You need to prepare. The judgment day, it's coming. The end times, coronavirus, and end times. All this stuff, which is just something crazy people say. And cult leaders say. So people trust them and they're like, yeah, you're right about that. Jesus will come back. We'll trust you. But in actuality, just asserting the fact that Jesus will specifically come to your dream is selfish, on top of being crazy. And that's what I'm gonna say in the beginning about this girl, is that she's kind of crazy and maybe a bit too religious. But let's see what she says next.
There's a new show on Disney Channel and it's called The Owl House. It is a show that has basically made what they call history because it features Disney's first bisexual character. And so if you believe the Bible to be absolute truth, absolute truth, if you are a born again believer, you must know that any relationship other than a relationship between a man and a woman is unbiblical, and in God's eyes it is sinful. That is from a believer talking to a believer. You should know, if you study the Bible, that it is against God's will, God's plan for biblical marriage.
Yeah, but if I would be to follow the Bible, I would also have to agree with slavery. and I would have to agree with mass genocide. So I'm not gonna do that, because even if you're religious, that doesn't mean that you need to take the Bible 100% literally. And if you do, you have to reread it and see that there's some messed up things that happen done by people that God agrees with. So yeah, I'm not gonna agree with homophobia, slavery, and mass genocide, and also kind of low-key pedophilia in some parts of it. So yeah, no thank you.
You have to know that any other type of relationship besides a marriage between a man and a woman is wrong. So, for example, homosexuality is a sin in God's eyes. Pedophilia, bestiality, it's all not God's plan.
Of course, you're gonna put pedophilia and bestiality on the same group with homosexuality. Okay, let me tell you why that's stupid. Pedophilia, it's bad because children cannot consent. They don't have the capacity to consent. And if you're an adult, what you do, it's basically abuse your power and authority over children, so they have sex with you. The same it's with animals. You take your privilege of being intelligent and having sapience and all that kind of stuff to abuse an animal that cannot agree or disagree with what you're doing to them, basically. So obviously that's not the same as being gay. Being gay, it's the same as being straight, but you're doing it with the same sex. If I would have to agree again with the Bible, then I would have to also agree with things like mass genocide, things like slavery, or even in some cases pedophilia itself, which you said God is against, but that's actually debatable. So no. What you said, it's very invalid and has really no basis, even in any context of logical sense.
What else is wrong biblically, which we're going to be talking about this, is witchcraft. Witchcraft is an abomination in the eyes of the Lord, and the Bible talks about... The dog is going away. The Bible talks about those who practice witchcraft will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. If you do not believe me that witchcraft is sinful and not biblical, and you are a Christian, I encourage you to literally go to Google and type in scriptures on witchcraft and study that subject.
That's cool and all, but witchcraft isn't real. Like, that's not an actual thing. I know people say it's a thing, but there's actually no evidence for it, so you can't claim it's a thing. And this is also a fictional universe. Nobody will actually go outside. No children will go outside and do witchcraft. You know why? Because they can't, because it's not a real thing. And if anyone watches this video and tells me, well, actually you're wrong, it's definitely a real thing, okay, then let's talk in Discord or something and prove me it's a real thing. Make a video about it. Make a video doing witchcraft or whatever, or anything, because yeah, I don't believe it's a thing, because there's no evidence for it to be a thing. Why would that even, like, what are you talking about? Outside of the fact that this is actually just freaking fiction, it's not a real show. What are we supposed to, like, stop witchcraft? We should stop magic from being in any type of fiction because, well, God doesn't like it. Like, no, that's just censoring creativity, basically, for no reason other than, well, my specific version of this religion disagrees with you, so therefore you can do that. Like, what are you talking about?
So this show has literally like witchcraft and bisexuality and rebelliousness, and my thought is like, you can't battle demons without Jesus, so that's just what I'm saying. So this is very grieving to me. Like, I found out about this and literally I was so grieved.
Because you're crazy.
So basically, Dana Terrace is the creator of the show alongside Disney, and I looked up her Twitter and I just had tears in my eyes because it was very grieving. So I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to show you guys a tweet or two of hers. As you can see, I'm going to put up this tweet. Dana Terrace tweeted on August 9th of 2020, "Anyway, be gay, do witchcraft." She literally said, be gay and do witchcraft. And this is a creator of a show, a cartoon show for kids. What? I mean, obviously the world doesn't care. Like, the world does not care. They flaunt their sin now. They're not ashamed of their sin anymore. They flaunt it. And obviously they don't care. So, you know, there's not really any reason to be mad at the world because, I mean, I do have righteous anger. It's okay to have righteous anger, but the thing is, judgment begins in the house of God, and I feel like Christians have let the enemy run over us for so long, the church has, that it's just lost its backbone, and we are so scared to stand up against things like this.
So basically what she's trying to say is that she's homophobic, she's not very intelligent, and she believes in God and sins and all that kind of stuff without trying to actually justify it from an actual real world perspective. She just says those things because she believes in God, and she thinks believing in God, it's enough of an argument, or not even an argument, it's more of an opinion, to make people be like, yeah, actually you're right, you know, I should stop being gay. Like, what are you talking about? She calls people the enemy, quote unquote. The enemy. Who's the enemy? Gay people are the enemy? Oh no, gay people are the enemy? Oh my god, that's crazy, dude. It's almost like you're very homophobic, probably transphobic as well, and crazy to say also. So, what can I say? What can I add to this video? Because she obviously is not a person that even tries to argue with logic. Like, if you look at Ben Shapiro, while his arguments are bad, and they definitely come from a religious place, he at least tries to justify his homophobia and transphobia with arguments that seem logical. She, on the other hand, just says, well, it's bad because God said bad, and God is correct because God said it's correct, which is obviously a bunch of logical fallacies.
Like, don't let your kids watch this show, or maybe not even Disney Channel in general. Honestly, if I had kids, if I have kids, if the Lord tarries, Lord willing, I am not letting them watch Disney, like, in general, because Disney advocates for witchcraft, and this show is just a little bit more blatant than the other ones, but that's just my opinion. Disney has witchcraft in it, and it's had these underlying themes, and just like, to me, again, my opinion, but Disney has a lot of subliminal messages in the movies, TV shows, etc. When I was younger, my dad had me stop watching Disney Channel because, you know, he would watch some of the shows with me sometimes, and a lot of the kids are very rebellious. Like, rebellion is literally a form of witchcraft, so...
What? Excuse me? Do you know what witchcraft is? Like, I don't want to be mean, mister, which for me, I call everyone mister. Calm down, I'm not misgendering anyone. How it's rebellion, witchcraft, like how, what, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you good? Do you have problems? I mean, you do have problems, but what definition of rebellion has anything to do with witchcraft? Or what definition of witchcraft has anything to do with rebellion? What are you talking about?
You know, when you are putting rebellion in a show for kids and witchcraft and bisexuality, like, do you know how evil that is? It's Literally, like, the enemy is trying to get to kids younger and younger and younger. When you look at the entertainment over the years, you can clearly see the moral decline that has happened.
Yeah, when you put things like rebellion in a show, and you put things like gay, that's just evil. It's not bad, it's not bad, it's evil. Which, it's funny because she just said like a minute ago that she doesn't hate this person, but don't you hate evil people? And you think what she does is evil, and by, default that she would be evil. So what are you talking about? You don't love her or anything, and just you don't just try to be like, oh yeah, actually I want you to be a Christian and just have God inside. No, you're just bigoted. You just hate her. Say it out loud. You hate her because she's gay, and because fucking rebellion. It's witchcraft apparently. What the hell that means?
When you look at the entertainment over the years, you can clearly see the moral decline that has happened. There used to be like stricter laws on what you could put in movies. One was called the Hays Code. And the Hays Code had this like list and outlined topics that were not allowed to be shown on screen. And so in 1968, the Hays Code was replaced by the Motion Picture Association of America. When you look at the Hays Code, you were allowed to say things like Jesus or cussing or using like the Lord's name in vain like that. And you were not even allowed to use the word Jesus unless it had to do with like religious things. Crime and immorality could never be portrayed in a positive light. Isn't that insane? Like, this was put into place between 1934 and 1968. The Hays Code was put into place. This is insane. Like, these things were literally not allowed to be played in movies. There was no homosexuality, there was no sex scenes, there was no crime or immorality portrayed in a positive light on screen.
You heard it, guys. We can have anime no more. Because obviously you can't show anything like blood or fighting or titties. Anime titties. Yeah, you love anime titties? You love anime titties, you degenerate? Well, too bad. This woman will cancel anime titties, anime, and everything that has anything that's non-PG in it. If you're not watching the Muppets, not even the Muppets Religious Edition, then basically you're a sinner, and that show, it's also cancelled. I'm sorry, no more anime titties for any of you. That was it. I'm sorry.
Our films have been so perverted for so many years, and I'm not saying they didn't have perverted things in films back in the day. That's why the Hays Code was put into place, so there wouldn't be perverse things in movies. But in 1968, once that was taken out, the perverse stuff was just flooded back into movies, TV shows. They've slowly but surely crept perversion into children's shows. They've already got the adults, now they're going after our kids. And the devil is just like running rampant. He knows his time is short. He knows Jesus is coming back. I think sometimes he knows it better than we do because we act like he ain't coming back, but the devil definitely knows it, so he knows his time is short and he's running rampant. I mean, you even think about like them introducing this whole drag queen story hour to little children. That just introduces just like evil and gender dysphoria at such a young age. Like, what? It's so evil, it's so twisted. You know, gender dysphoria is of the enemy. It truly is, you know? It's of the enemy. Rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Don't mess with that.
Okay, you absolute total idiot. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something. Trans people are not trans because they just get corrupted into being trans, okay? There is scientific evidence to back up the fact that it's an actual thing with the brain most of the time. You saying those things is just scientifically incorrect. And you're talking about drag queens, drags, whatever. They're not necessarily even trans people. So I know you're trying to correlate gender dysmorphia or body dysmorphia or whatever to trans people and then to drags as well, but they're not the same thing, and you're a literal idiot. On the fact that you're basically saying, damn, he the devil, he knows Jesus is coming back. I know Jesus is coming back because I had a dream about it, but this devil, it's now in all of the anime and the cartoons. Damn, anime titties, you have I'm sorry, anime titties, you have poisoned children for the last time. I'm sorry. She's not only stupid, but she's just funny how stupid she is in her bigotry. And honestly, guys, I think this is enough. Her video sucks, her channel sucks, she sucks, she makes illogical arguments that don't go beyond of, well, I read the Bible and the Bible says it's true, so it must be true. Therefore, I'm gonna rule her out as crazy, because she's crazy, but also I'm gonna rule her out as shut the fuck up, you bigoted bitch. Okay? I'm civil. Sometimes. Usually. But she is so stupid and annoying and misinforms people to such an extent that I'm saying it. You can go fuck yourself. And when Jesus comes, I hope he beats your ass. And he beats your ass with anime titties. And that's about it. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time. If you're a Christian or religious and I offended you, I'm sorry, but I'm not really. I don't know. This is just me debunking her shitty arguments. If you have anything against that, then we can debate it. I have no problem with it. See you next time, and bye.
Gone on you with the pick and roll. Young LaFlame, he in penis mode. Holy shit, I like to suck pee-pee so bad. I'm a stupid bitch, my dad calls me a fucking fag. Beat my dick to so many dojins, I'm gay. My dick is red, masturbate 5 times in a day.